First tonight, a teaching assistant in King's Lynn has told Look East of her frantic efforts to help her mother and sister escape the war in Ukraine. Tanya Mikhailova's family were hiding in the basement of a building not far from Kiev. She's hoping they can fly to be with her in Norfolk under the government's visa rules.
Ну приходьте. Полінка сказала, щоб ви зразу сказали, і вона вас зустріне.
Tanya Mikhailova on the phone to her sister, Svetlana. With their mother, Ola, Svetlana is trying desperately to flee the war in Ukraine. The family home is in Salavinki, a village 40 miles from the capital, Kyiv.
My mom and sister needed to hide in a cellar because it was just a scary experience for them, for all those planes and military
Vehicles.
Yes, military vehicles to go through the house and to fly over the house.
A teaching assistant who's been in the UK for 18 years, Tanya has hardly slept in days, keeping in contact with her family by phone as best she can. Her mother and sister knew they had to leave, but all the train stations in the area were packed and surrounded by Russian forces.
It was under military attack of Russian occupation. There was shooting, there were bombs explosion, and I kept calling Mom all night, and she was really distressed, crying and not knowing what to do.
My constituent Tanya, who is a dual British and Ukrainian national, is very concerned about her mother and sister in Kyiv, who she told me this morning are trying to get a train to safety.
In the House of Commons, North West Norfolk MP James Wilde raised Tanya's case with Home Secretary Priti Patel.
Clearly, we'll do everything that we can to help and support, and it is very difficult.
Svetlana and Ola left the city of Bila Tserkva by train in the early hours of yesterday morning, stopping at Chop on the Ukraine-Hungary border before going on to the Hungarian capital of Budapest, where they arrived at 9 o'clock this morning.
Pleased that her family have got to safety now, and now the focus is on trying to get them to the UK as soon as possible so they can be reunited.
Give him a huge thanks, because he showed amazing response and kindness as well.
Like many, Tanya is heartbroken by the war in Ukraine. I asked her what she thinks of Vladimir Putin. A very bad man, she says.
Who can watch all of this? Children dying, thousands of people leaving their houses.
No war! No war! There was a small rally in the town this afternoon in support of Ukraine and in support of Tanya and her family. She is exhausted and looking forward to the day when she can be reunited with her family in Norfolk. Mike Liggins, BBC Look East, King's Lynn.